Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are starting a very exciting session. We are going to design and explain the complete homepage design. The homepage is the face of our website. It needs to be fast, responsive and professional. In this video, I'll show you how to use Tailwind CSS for modern styling and how to use PHP to make the page smart based on the user's login status. We will cover everything: the hero section, header, footer, dynamic search bar, a featured skills carousel, and much more. Let's jump into the output first to see what we are building. This is the header of our website. First, you can see our shop name, skill shop, and then search bar. You can see the search bar icon and notification panel, and you can see the dashboard card, and you can see my name and who am I, buyer or seller. When I log as in buyer, the buttons disappear and are replaced by a card icon, notifications, and a profile picture. As a seller, the cart icon disappears because a seller doesn't need to buy their own products. When I click the profile, a sleek menu pops up with dashboard, my profile, and sign out. This is what we call a context-aware header. Let's dive into the code. In the header.php file, first I input session and then I capturing user data. We grab the login status, the username, and the account type name from the session. These three variables decide what the user sees in the HTML below. This is the brain of our navigation bar. I used sticky top 0 Z50. This ensures the header stays at the top of the screen even when the user scrolls down. Notice the gradient text. I used BG gradient to R with BG clip text transparent. This is a professional Tailwind trick to make the logo look premium. This is hidden on mobile, hidden MD flex to save space. We use a relative container to place the search icon exactly on the right side of the input field. We use a PHP if $login block. Inside we have another check. I use if condition. This is how we show the cart only to buyers. Look at the dashboard link. It automatically changed between buyer dashboard.php and seller dashboard.php based on the $sign user role variable. Now we can see the drop down script. We use plain JavaScript to handle the profile drop down. We listen for a click on the profile button. We toggle the display between none and block. We also added a global click listener so that if you click anywhere else on the screen, the drop down closes automatically. This makes the UI feels very high quality. Again, I turn into my website, and after my header, you can see our homepage, other things. As you can see, our homepage looks professional. First, a beautiful hero section with blue gradient with a clear call to action. Notice that if I am logged in as a seller, I see go to dashboard and create the skills. If I am a buyer, It shows browse skills. If I log out, it shows get started. This is the power of PHP. Then you can see feature carousel. We have a smooth auto sliding carousel to showcase skills. We, we will discuss about the carousel in the next video again. And next you can see the responsive categories. The categories adjust perfectly whether you are on a phone or a desktop. Now let's see how the code makes happen. Let's look at the home.php file. We start by including header.php. This keeps our navigation bar consistent across all pages. I use Tailwind's BG gradient to R from blue 600 to indigo 600. This gives that high-end premium feel to this site. And I use smart buttons. This is the most important part. We use if condition to check if a user is logged in. If they are, we check the $sign user role. If it's a buyer, we point them to the buyer dashboard.php. If no one is logged in, the else block triggers showing the get started button, which leads to the login page. Inside the hero section, we have a clean search input. Notice the flex 1 and outline none classes. These ensure that search bar takes up the available space and looks sleek when clicked. Now let's look at the featured skills section. This is our carousel part. We will discuss about the carousel part in the next video, and I will skip it for this. Now let's move to a very important part of our home page. First one is explore categories. In the designing part of this, look at the container on this line. I used grid calls 2, MD grid calls 3, LG grid calls 6. This is a professional responsive strategy. On a small mobile, we show 2 icons. On a tablet, it grows to 3, and on a desktop, it fits all 6 in one line. The card design. Each category is a card. I used BG white with the subtle shadow. Notice the hover scale 105 and hover border blue 600. These small animations make the site feel interactive. Instead of heavy image files, I used high quality emojis like this. This makes the page load faster while still looking modern and colorful. I also added a group hover scale 110. Next we have this user review part. This card uses a clean white background with the shadow LG. I used P8 for generous padding so the text has room to breathe. I included a small profile picture using a rounded image tag with rounded full. Next to it, we display the user's name and a 5-star rating in yellow. Notice the duration 300 and hover shadow to Excel. When you move your mouse over a review, it smoothly lifts up. This keeps the user engaged with the content. Just below the reviews, we have the stats section. It is a high impact blue gradient bar. We highlight big numbers like 50k plus active users and 10k plus skill listed. This proves the scale of our platform. I used the cursor pointer and hover scale 110 here as well, so the numbers feel clickable and dynamic. Because the background is a strong blue to indigo gradient, I used text white and text blue 100 for the secondary text. This creates a high contrast, easy to read section and grabs attention while scrolling. Now let's look at the how it works section. This is a very important because it explains the entire platform to a new user in just 4 simple steps. The step numbers. Notice the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. I wrapped them in a rounded full div with the blue to indigo gradient. This makes the numbers look like professional badges. I also added group hover scale 110. In this column layout, I used grid calls 1, MD grid calls 4. On mobile, the steps will stack on top of the other, making them easy of read. On desktop, they sit a perfect line, showing the logical flow of the business. Each step has a bold heading and a small description in text tray 600. This secondary color ensures the user's eyes focus on the main title first. And next, we turn into the final call to action. I used a large container with a deep blue gradient from blue 600 to indigo 600 and rounded to XL. I also added shadow to XL to make it look like it's floating on the top of the page. This creates a strong visual impact. And dynamic PHP buttons. This is the smart part of the design. If a user is already logged in, the PHP code checks their role. A buyer will see a button to go to dashboard, while a seller will see create new skill. If it is a new visitor, we show a prominent sign up now button. The sign up button has hover scale 105 and transition all. When the user is about to click, the button scrolls, giving them confidence to proceed. Finally, we have reached the bottom of our page, the footer. I used BG Gray 900 for the background and Text Gray 400 to the text. This dark theme provides a high contrast of the rest of the page, signaling to the user that they have reached the end. It is very standard practice in modern website. Look at the layout logic. I used grid calls 2, MD grid calls 4. On mobile, we show 2 columns to save space, but on desktop, we expand into 4. This keeps the information organized and easy to read. I divided the links into 4 clear categories. First one is general info like about us and blog. Second one is deep links like browse and categories that take the user directly to a specific section of our home page. Third one is stage links for instruction who wants to join our platform. Fourth one is support. Crucial links like help center and privacy policy. Notice the hover text white and transition colors classes. When you move your mouse over a link, it smoothly turns white. This subtle change makes the site feel premium and responsive. At the very bottom, we have the copyright notice. I used a thin top border border T border gray 800 to separate it from the main links. That this gives it a clean finished look. So this is the end of today's video. In this video we built the header, the hero section, the feature, and thank you so much for watching this video. We will meet again with another video and have a nice day all.